Hi guys, welcome back. Today I have another dosage calculations tutorial, or how to do dosage calculations using dimensional analysis. If you learn this technique, you will be golden, I promise. It is a very easy technique and it keeps your T's crossed and your I's dotted and everything nice and neat. So someone from the PM ASN program emailed me this dosage calculation practice questions that she received from her instructor. They were granted access to their course early, and unfortunately the daytime has yet to be granted access. So just to get some extra practice, I wanted to start doing some dosage calculations just so that I am a little bit ahead of the game, and just to make sure that my skills are sharp and ready for Monday. So we're going to go ahead and start with question number 25 from the packet that I was emailed. It says, Mr. Cooper is prescribed, and I don't know how to say these drugs quite yet, so I'm going to butcher them a little bit. Midazolam, I'm not sure. Anyways, 3 milligrams intravenous muscular, 30 minutes prior to a colonoscopy. The pharmacy dispenses a multi-dose vial of Versed, which I guess maybe is the name brand, 1 milligram per milliliter. How many milliliters do you draw up to give Mr. Cooper? Okay, so what I like to do is I like to underline my important information. So a lot of this verbiage is unnecessary. All you need to know really is the dose or the order that is given and what you are trying to find out of the stock that is provided. The stock is the dose or whatever the pharmacy has dispensed, the vial, the whatever vector the solution or medication is coming from. So what I like to do is I go ahead and I underline my important information, which I've already done. I make sure that the medications match, because they will try to trick you and some of the medications won't match, and one of the options in the multiple choice may be no, because these are 2 different medications. And this does happen in the pharmaceutical world, where the pharmacy will accidentally dispense the incorrect medication. So that's why, as nurses, we need to be prepared and double check to make sure that the stock that has been given is the correct medication. So like I said, dot your I's and cross your T's. So we're going to go ahead and start with the order. I like to write it just like this, order. The order, I make sure that the medication is the same, which it is for 3 milligrams. It doesn't matter how we're administering it, we just need to know how much we are administering. So we're going to go ahead and provide the stock information. The pharmacy gave us a vial of 1 milligram per milliliter. So what we're trying to find is milliliter. So milliliter here, equal sign, that's what we're trying to find. And again, we're using dimensional analysis. So if you don't know how to do dimensional analysis, make sure you go ahead and take a look at my first video. I'll link it below if I remember. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take the information that has been given. We're going to start with milliliter. Well, it's automatically a given that if there is no number in front of milliliter, it is 1 milliliter. So we're going to go ahead and put that information down. And if we are using this information, we have to include the information attached as well. So we have to put 1 milligram down below, and we are multiplying. Then we're going to go ahead and bring milligrams here. What in our order or stock has milligrams that we haven't used yet? 3. So we're going to go ahead and use that. And this is 1 dose, so 1 goes down below. We're just going to go ahead and do straight across multiplication. 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 1 is 1. We're going to go ahead and cancel out our duplicate units of measurements that we are using, and we are left with milliliters. That's exactly what we needed. And if we go ahead and divide, we get 3 milliliters. And that's exactly what I did here. So this is how I set up my problem. I make sure that I have the order. I like to write down the order to make sure that it's the correct order. And I like to write down the stock and the order together. That way I have all the necessary information and I get rid of the mumbo jumbo stuff, all the verbiage and words that they try to use to trip you up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead hold this down. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next question, and I'm not gonna write these out, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. It says Ms. Skiba has developed heart failure and is prescribed lanoxin or digoxin. Like I said, I haven't taken pharm yet, so I'm going to be butchering these names. 250 micrograms of VI push now. The pharmacy dispenses that medication, 500 micrograms per 2 milliliters. So how much of the medication do you administer? So I write down my order. My order is 250 micrograms. My stock is 500 micrograms per 2 milliliters. And this is how I'm going to set up my question. I'm going to go ahead and we are finding milliliters. Put milliliters here. What in our given information has milliliters? 2. 2 goes here. Include the information that is attached. 500 micrograms times. Bring micrograms up. Micrograms is here. What in our information have we not used that has micrograms? 250, and it's 1 dose. It's easy multiplication straight across. 500 milliliters divided by 500 equals 1 mil. Don't forget to cancel out those units that we are not using. Super easy. Very, very easy to do. Okay, the next question is number 27. And we're just going to go ahead and pull the information that is needed. All of this verbiage is not needed. It's just there to confuse you, so keep that in mind. I'm looking for the order. It says the emergency department prescribes Tagamet, 300 milligrams. Doesn't matter which way we're giving it. It wants to know how much. The pharmacy sends up a vial of Tagamet, 300 milligrams per 2 milliliters. And how much do we draw up? So my order is 300 milligrams. My stock is 300 milligrams per 2 milliliters. We are looking for milliliters. This is how I set up my problem. Milliliters equals 2 milliliters. Attach the information attached below, 300 milligrams. Multiply, carry the milligrams up diagonally. What information have we not used that has milligrams? The order amount. 300, it's 1 dose. Go ahead and multiply straight across. That's 600 milliliters. Cross out your units that are not going to be used, that are duplicates. Over 300, divide, and you get 2 milliliters. Super, super easy. Okay, the last question here states our order is going to be 7,500 units for 5 days. Okay, so I circled this information because I don't know if it's going to ask me for the entire time or just 1 day. So I circled the information because it could be important. And in this case, we didn't use it. So I just wrote it down just to make sure that I had the information needed in case I did need to figure out the dose for the entire 5 days or just for 1 day. The pharmacy dispenses 5,000 units per 0.2 milliliters. We are looking for milliliters. How much do you draw up per day? So this is how I set up my problem. I write the order, 7,500 units. The stock is 5,000 units per 0.2 milliliters. And just as a side note, I wrote down over 5 days, 1 dose per day. And this is how I set up my problem. We're looking for milliliters again. What in our equation has milliliters? The 0.2. So 0.2 goes on top. What comes with this information has to be included down below. 5,000 units. We're going to bring units up diagonally. Cross. We're going to be multiplying. And what in our order or stock has units that we have not used yet? That would be the order number, 7,500. So 7,500 up top, and it's 1 dose. 1 dose a day. We're going to go ahead and do some simple multiplication. I am using a basic calculator because math is not my thing. I don't do well in math, so I double check my answers. So 0.2 milliliters times 7,500, not units because we've crossed those out, equals 1,500 milliliters. And then 5,000 times 1 is 5,000. Divide 1,500 milliliters by 5,000 and you get 0.3 milliliters. So it's very, very easy if you use dimensional analysis. I'm going to go ahead and do one more. Let's see. Did I bring my book up? I did not. Okay. We'll do one more on the back. Okay, so the question is, Miss Fowler is prescribed Kenalog 60 milligrams IM, so intramuscular. The pharmacy dispenses Kenalog 40 milligrams per 1 milliliter in intramuscular use. How much Kenalog do you draw up to administer? So we're going to go ahead and start with our order. Our order is 60 milligrams, and our stock, what is given to us by the pharmacy, is 40 milligrams per milliliter. We are looking for milliliters, so I'm going to set my problem up like that. Remember, if there's only milliliter, it's per 1 milliliter, so we're going to go ahead and put 1 there. And then if that information is there, we need to include what goes with it. So 40 milligrams times, milligrams is here, we bring that up. What in our information given has milligrams that we haven't used yet? 60. And it's for 1 dose. So we're going to go ahead and do easy multiplication. Cross out our units that we have duplicated. We are looking for milliliters, so we want to be left with just milliliters. So that's 60 divided by 40, which gives us 1.5 milliliters. Very, very easy once you know how to use dimensional analysis. It's going to get more complicated when we do have to do conversions from like micrograms to grams, or vice versa back. Or for instance, I think there was one question in here about weight. They were using pounds and we needed to find the dose via kilogram weight. So we had to do that conversion. So what I've done is I've written all of my conversions on a little sticky note, and I've stuck it on my binder and on my makeup vanity, and wherever I constantly look, I have a sticky there, and I just take some time every day to review it and look at it, so that way it can be ingrained in my mind, because we will be needing those conversions. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I wish you guys all of the luck, and we'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll have some more nursing videos coming out soon as I start nursing school on Monday, like the most of us do. And I'm going to do like what's in my clinical bag, what's in my backpack, maybe some planner stuff to keep me accountable. I find that I'm doing these videos keeps me very accountable and pushes me to really have a structured school schedule. Since I do have a family, I'm a mom, I have 3 kids, I'm a wife. I need that structure, and doing these videos keeps me accountable. So I thank you guys for sticking around and watching, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye.